There's a clip being shared across the internet of Sam Altman talking about the future of AI and some of the things that are coming down the pipeline and where we should be putting our focus. But what's kind of scary about it is he's not necessarily talking about where we should be putting our focus in the short term on like geopolitical things and just like even just like politics or just the nature of how artificial intelligence is going to influence us politically or geopolitically, because that's a very short-term thinking. The idea that artificial intelligence is going to shift the entire world is in ways that are unimaginable are things that we really should be focusing on. I'm going to play that video here in just a second so you guys can hear what he's saying, and then I'm going to give you a breakdown of what you should be focusing on right now in order to make yourself AI proof for as long as possible. Before I get into that, I want to say welcome to all of you guys who are brand new here to the channel. My name is Scott Simpson. I own a YouTube done for you agency where we help business owners grow their YouTube channels. I also own a AI conference. It's called AI Marketing World, coming up in October. So if you guys are interested in taking your AI knowledge and skills to the next level, there's a link down in the description below where you guys can have a look-see-poo at that. Now, if you're a first-time viewer here, first-timer, then you're going to be rudely awakened because I don't edit my content. You guys are going to know that. Hopefully, I can just speak fluidly for as long as possible. I do screw up from time to time, and some of y'all rub it in, but I do my best. But yes, no edits, so I'm raw dogging it. You get the real Scott Simpson on this channel. I've got other channels that I edit more and don't want to do it here. So today we're talking about artificial intelligence and what things are coming down the pipeline that you should be concerned about, how to make yourself AI proof. I made a video the other day and it really rubbed a lot of you guys the wrong way. AI replacing teachers. Now I stand by that. And there were some people who are like, you didn't show any evidence. And I'm like, bro, I showed a video that Dylan Page created showing evidence. So my evidence was him showing evidence. There's article, just go Google AI schools, AI teachers, and you will see every single day there's a new article that's coming out where AI is taking over the teaching of children. And if you don't like that, don't come at me for having an opinion. I'm just reading what I'm seeing. So I stand by that. I'm doubling down. Yes, AI is going to replace teachers. If you're a teacher, you probably should start looking for a new job. And it's going to do better than teachers do at educating your kids. There are test scores that already prove that. So just hang on. I'm going to be proven right in the next couple of years. And you guys are probably, some of you guys who are angry are probably aren't going to come back and be like, I'm so sorry, Scott. But I will accept apologies now because it's coming down the pipeline. All right, let's show you. And it's going to rub some of y'all the wrong way. It is what it is. No edits, no takebacks. You get the real live me. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the Sam Altman clip, and we're going to rock and roll from there. All right, here we go. Share screen, bada boom, and
told you that for sure.
Oh, hold on, let me rewind.
If an oracle told you that for sure in 10 years the computers were going to wake up, that they would be fully sentient, self-aware, and that the dumbest AI would be like 1 million or 1 billion times smarter than the smartest human, the first question I would hope that you would think about is like, not as what is this going to do to the balance of geopolitical power? Important in the short term for sure, but like, what is the world going to look like? What is the role for humans there? Like, are we going to all merge? Are we going to like live on Earth while the AI goes off and colonizes the rest of the universe? It's so easy to get caught up in the geopolitical tensions and sort of race that we can lose sight of sort of this gigantic sort of humanity level decision that we have to make in the sort of not very distant future.
All right, you guys, this is from right here. Oh, there we go. This is from 2020. It's going viral right now because we're 5 years in. We're 5 years into this prediction. And look how much AI has already influenced. He says 10 years. So another 5 years. Where do you think artificial intelligence is going to be 5 years from now? What do you think it's going to look like? I think it's going to be groundbreaking, mind blowing. I think, again, with computing and processing power, we're going to see things that make the AI of today look like children, look like babies. The artificial intelligence of today is going to look so ridiculously juvenile compared to what we're going to see in 5 years from now. Every single day, something new is happening in the AI space. Get ready. We are literally ramping up. We're ramping up, and we're seeing exponential growth in technology and computing and software, all of the above, simply because artificial intelligence is growing. It's advancing at such an insane pace. Okay, now I'm gonna take you over here. I'm gonna show you. Here we go. I'm gonna show you my ChatGPT prompt for maintaining your humanity and your value placement in the world. So here's my prompt. What's a good simple plan for staying employable and valuable as AI takes over more and more of the world? What skills should we focus on learning? Now, again, you guys, the reason that I'm leaning so heavily into this is because I've seen how much more productive I am using artificial intelligence. I've seen how much more productive and creative most people who are leaning into artificial intelligence are, and it's a night and day difference. And so there are a lot of people who are sleeping on this, and it's mostly the people who are negatively commenting on these videos, thinking that I have a bad take on this. And I'm telling you right now, only time will tell, and I'm going to be proven right, because this is the path forward. I've seen so many things shift because of the ease and simplicity of productivity tools, right? For example, marketing, the entire world of marketing, how we did marketing for the last millennia completely shifted with Facebook, completely shifted with YouTube. Major media, the way that news was distributed for the last 500 years, completely shifted in the last 10 years. You look at how much power somebody like Joe Rogan has in the last 10 years, how much power he's gained. He completely disrupted an entire industry. Nobody trusts CNN or like the traditional media anymore. If they do, they're fools. Nobody trusts that anymore. They're putting their trust in solo podcasts. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to think about how somebody like Joe Rogan, he disrupted the establishment instantaneously because he was able to build trust. He was able to deliver information at such a faster rate of speed. He was able to give takes and bring people onto his platform who ordinarily aren't given a voice. He's completely disrupted media. This is what's happening in every single sector right now with artificial intelligence, robotics coming down the pipeline, and what's the other one? Education. Sorry, that's what's happening. All right, so here's what ChatGPT says. Number one, adopt a human plus AI mindset. The people who thrive will be the ones who learn to leverage AI as a force multiplier, not compete with it. Focus on prompt engineering, know how to get AI tools to do what you want quickly. So what I'm talking about right now, there's a ton of opportunity in this space, in the prompt engineering space. I'm literally making money just by offering our custom GPT into our coaching program. By the way, if you want more information on our coaching program for your YouTube channel, there's a link down in the description below. Tool stacking. Learn how to combine AI tools, ChatGPT plus Zapier plus Canva for workflows. We're using N8N, N89. I don't remember what it's called. We're using a new AI agent tool for instead of Zaps. So we're actually about ready to replace Zaps, and I think a lot of people are going to be doing this. As soon as AI can start creating the Zaps for you, then Zapier is probably going to go bye-bye unless they learn how to make their stuff less expensive and better in a very short period of time. I think Zapier is about to get wiped out, though, in my opinion. AI literacy. Stay updated on what tools exist and how they're evolving. You don't need to code them. You just need to use them better than others. So my buddy Austin Armstrong, co-owner of AI Marketing World, he has a couple million followers across social media because he created videos just talking about artificial intelligence tools. 5 new tools that you haven't heard about, that are 5 new AI tools you haven't heard about. He made videos on that, blew up on TikTok, blew up on Instagram, Reels, all of the above. So there is a huge market for this. Staying up to date is extraordinarily important. All right, number 2, develop unautomatable skills. AI can do tasks, not human connection. You need to focus on skills that require judgment, emotion, creativity, or leadership. Communication and storytelling, the ability to move people with words, visuals, or presence. I'm telling you right now, there's never been a better time for people to create content that is real, authentic, and engaging. That's why I'm doing this channel the way that I'm doing it, is because I'm going to have to stand apart from all of the people who are doing AI slop content that's fast paced, and because it's going to look like everybody else's stuff. And right now, the pendulum is swinging back towards this style of content. I'm watching it in our clients' channels. I'm watching it across social media. You've got to be good at engaging people, connecting people, human to human. Storytelling, communication, very, very important. Emotional intelligence. People want to follow people. Emotional EQ. EQ. What does EQ mean? Emotional makes you a better leader, teammate. I don't know what EQ means. I probably do. I'm just not thinking right now. Emotional intelligence, yes, connecting with humans. Problem solving and strategy. Tools don't solve new problems, think in systems and solutions. Now, I think that this is short lived. In my opinion, problem solving and strategy is not going to be something that AI can't do for much longer. I think with advancements of computing and with advancements in artificial intelligence, a lot of problem solving and strategy is going to be designed by artificial intelligence. I was just talking, this is interesting. I had a conversation with ChatGPT the other day. Did I have it on my phone? I don't remember. I did. I actually had it on my phone. I'm not going to read it, but I had a conversation with ChatGPT, and my conversation was, if intuition is a matter of pattern recognition and putting in coincidence and pattern recognition, putting 2 and 2 together, reading between the lines, then it's teachable to software. And I said, what will prevent artificial intelligence from being able to learn how to be creative? And what ChatGPT told me, and I never thought about this because I haven't had to, is that human intelligence and creativity comes from the ability that humans have of thinking in terms of rational thinking and irrational thinking. Right? We have a rational and irrational side. Every single one of us does. This is why we argue for things that are stupid, that we know don't have common sense. We argue just for the sake of argument because we like arguing. We argue points that make zero sense to anybody else, but they make sense to your heart. We argue them. That's irrational. That's irrational thinking. Then we have our logical side of our brain that will look for ways to justify irrational thinking. Or we have our rational side, which is like, hey, we see that this is clearly factual. Why are you so stupid and you don't understand that? That makes sense. And this is why we exist in like why we have such a hard time rationalizing other people's political ideologies, is because we both are seeing in terms of rational and irrational thinking. Freaking fascinating. And ChatGPT's argument was, we cannot like a computer program can't replicate that. That is very human. That is very real. There might be a day when computing power is so great that it can create that, but we're very far off. Computers are going to be very far off. And in all honesty, we would not want computers to think irrationally and then logically make arguments for why their irrational thinking is right or correct. That's how we get into like Terminator style stuff and iRobot stuff. So we are going to creativity is going to be handled by humans. You got to start thinking creatively. Sales and influence. I think that this is absolutely like, again, if you can appeal to people's emotion, then you're going to have a place in the world. All right, and then number 3, build a digital presence or portfolio, creating content. Oh, I didn't even notice this. I didn't see this. Yes, create content, build authority. You have to stand out. You have to be creating content. You have to be doing these things right now. Otherwise, you're going to be replaceable, and it's going to be by somebody who is, has better skills or can use AI better than you. Documenting your wins, have a portfolio of track record. The internet is your new resume. Show what you know. Have a portfolio of or track record of your outcomes, not just skills. Again, like some of you guys are like, well, I don't even know how to do that. Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm legitimately pressing record, recording me talking, giving me hot takes on this stuff, pulling up ChatGPT prompts and reading them to you with my own opinion, my own hot take. This is the new content. Like, that's wild. That's why. But anybody can do it. That's why it's so vitally important for you to do it. Because this, I have 2,800 subscribers on this channel. I get a few hundred views per video. This is what makes me different than anybody else. This is what makes me stand out. Is that, there might be other people who are pretty good at marketing. And there's a lot of people who have way bigger followings than I do. I've got, this channel, my business channel, my personal channel, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. There are people who have millions of subscribers. But this is better than having no subscribers, having no followers, having nobody who's paying attention to you. This is how you get noticed. This is how you stay relevant. And then networking. Yeah, networking, obviously. Like, I have gotten every opportunity I've ever gotten has come because I have known the right people. Because I meet people. I'm really, really good at connecting with people face to face. So, boom. There you go, my friends. This is how you stay relevant. I hope that Sam Altman video didn't freak you out too much. I think that it's just really good to be aware that we have to be thinking much bigger than I think we are. And again, if your head is buried in the sand and you're the type of person who's like, no, AI is not going to replace teachers. It could never. Watch it. Watch what happens. You're going to be left behind. And it makes no sense for you to argue with me. Do whatever you want to do. But what I would say is if you do argue with me, at least go make a video out of it. So that way you're building an audience. That way you're building credibility. The people who are just arguing in the comments, like, I don't care. Like, you can have your own hot take. Go prove it. Make way more sense, though, if you created your own videos and were building your personal brand as you were doing it. I think that would probably be more helpful than just leaving a comment. Anyway, I'd love to hear your take on all of this stuff. Leave it down in the comments. Again, come to AI Marketing World if this is at all interesting to you. We're going to be talking about how to grow content, how to create content using artificial intelligence, how to stay relevant. What are the artificial intelligence opportunities? It's October 9th through 11th in Dallas. I'd love to see you guys there. Come and say hey. Come meet me. And I don't think anybody has bought from this channel yet, but there's a few of you guys that have been commenting a lot, and I'd love to meet you in person. So let's go. Later, guys.